and welcome to Schooling Around. I'm Alexis Ware. Most of you know John Ochins, who has since retired, leaving us with some pretty big shoes to fill for Schooling Around this year. To kick off a great school year, I decided to visit Oxford Middle School for their 6th grade orientation and introduction. Let's take a look at some of the footage. At Oxford Middle School, where the students are piling in for orientation and picture day, we're going to take a look inside and see what they're most excited for this upcoming school year.
I'm excited about the electives that I take. So I'm excited about it. I decided to do ceramics. There's sign language this year. I don't know if I got into it or not. And I got into newspapers, so I'm excited about that.
That's really cool.
Just meeting new people, making some friends.
I'm excited for the classes. I'm excited to meet the teachers.
Meeting friends at some of the school trip.
And I'm excited for all my friends and then the classes.
The first thing on the to-do list was a warm welcome from some of the teaching staff and students. The new 6th graders gathered together in the gym for some introduction games and bonding as they welcomed their new principal, Mrs. Beasley. While these games were fun and exciting, they certainly had a lesson at the end.
You get to see everybody's different styles, right? You yourself have your own personal style. You are who you are. Okay? You bring your own personal style.
With the help of Mr. Smokey, their instructor for the evening, they were able to grasp some of the core values of middle school. Some of those core values included being yourself, following instructions, and personal choices.
Nice. Yeah. Cool. Good job.
And finally, I got a chance to speak with a handful of web students as they described their position. Alright guys, so tell me what these blue shirts are about today.
It means that we're gonna be helping the 6th graders and that we're leading them and helping them through their 6th grade year and helping them especially on the first week because they've never been to the middle school and they've never had multiple classes where they have to change every class in 45 minutes. So
Great.
The 6th graders.
Okay, and are you guys somewhat what is your title this year? Are you going to be showing them around all school year, or is it just for...
No, just the first week, helping them with their classes and their locker, because they never had a locker before in their locker.
Okay, so you're showing them around. Now tell me how you got into this position. I know you guys are all 8th graders, but how did you start helping 6th graders, incoming 6th graders?
So how did we get to be web leaders?
Yeah.
Well, we had to make an application. We had to so we had to write a paper about why we wanted to be a web leader, and we had to forgot the other thing, but I know we had to write a paper on why we wanted to be a web leader. So that's how we got into this position. And then he took the people he thought would be best to be here, which is 60 people. I don't know how many people signed up. 60 people got picked. He took the best people with grades. He looked at their grades too to see if their grades were good, and then he took the best people he thought for the position.
Cool, so all of you guys have good grades, you have good behavior, and now you're going to show the incoming 6th graders some of your ways so they can excel in middle school as well?
Yep.
Awesome, guys, that's amazing. I'm going to have you guys do the close with me if that's okay. Just look at the camera and smile. Alright, so we've heard from some of the 8th graders today. We saw some of the 6th graders coming in for the first time. This is orientation, right? And yeah, we're really excited for the upcoming school year. We can't wait for it to begin. This is Alexis Ware, Oxford Community Television.
from OCTV.
Hi, my name is W. Ripto. I'm a member of the Addison Township Fire Department. I'm a lieutenant here. I've been here for 13 years. Today, we're going to talk about address signs and having your driveway properly marked and making sure that when there's an emergency, we're going to get there quickly and safely to help you with your emergency. Here are some things that we need to keep in mind when you mark your driveway and or your mailbox. In some situations, you may have to mark both your mailbox and your driveway. In situations where your driveway is across the street from your mailbox, or if you have a shared driveway where multiple houses are on your driveway, or if your driveway splits off into 2 or 3 areas, wherever it splits, you might want to have an address sign marking what side to go on, whether it's left or right or straight or however you need to do it. It's going to make our job a lot easier to get to you in that state of emergency. A few other things to keep in mind is you can have your address sign vertically or you can have it displayed horizontally. We highly suggest that you mark both sides of your address so that whenever we're coming from the north or the south or the east or the west, we can see that driveway on both sides. In our engines, in our ambulances, we have our map books. And in our map books, we have very detailed oriented pictures showing exactly where the addresses are. But having that marked, your address sign marked or your driveway marked will definitely ease us in finding your address in that state of emergency. Okay? In the map book, we have all of our hydrants marked, we have all of our streets marked, and it makes it a lot easier for us to find. So that's typically the officer's job, sitting in the officer's seat. He grabs the map book and verifies with the driver exactly where we're going. And we have also a blown up section showing real quick and easy how to find your address on one sheet of paper. Instead of flipping through the book, we can go through your section and find exactly where we need to go. Okay, the address signs are $15 a piece. You can call the station at 248-628-5600 and request to have one filled out, or you can come to the station and have one filled out yourself. They're $15 a piece again, and it's definitely a good thing to have for your driveway and for us if we ever need to get there. Thank you very much for your time today. Again, my name is W. Ripto with the Addison Township Fire Department. Thank you and have a good day.
Next, we decided to shine some light on an alternative way of schooling. Just last week, I sat down with the Oxford Virtual Academy staff. Let's see what they have to say about the program. Today for Schooling Around, we decided to take it to OVA, Oxford Virtual Academy. I'm here with Jordan as he describes to us the whole idea of online schooling. So Jordan, what is the whole idea of online schooling?
So online education is a way to reach kids. Our population here at OVA is a diverse group. A lot of kids take online classes for different reasons, and we're here to provide that pathway to graduation, whatever that pathway may be.
And how long has OVA been here in Oxford?
This is OVA's 8th year in Oxford. So it's been around for quite a while. It's been growing each year, and we've been expanding as a community throughout the process.
All right, now is OVA only here in Oxford? Do you have different locations anywhere?
Yeah, so OVA there's a lot of kids from a lot of different backgrounds and a lot of different locations. So we have kids from Wayne County, Oakland County, all the way to Hillsdale. We have kids who are fully online, kids who are only part-time online. We have kids who are hybrid, so they're they're taking in-seat courses and also online courses. We have kids from Oxford High School taking courses, Oxford Middle School. So we have a very large group of kids with different locations, backgrounds scattered throughout the state.
And tell me a little bit about their courses. How many courses and classes do they take per semester?
They take, well, from as many as one course to a full load. These are public school students, and they take the typical traditional courses. They have their 4 core: English, Math, Science, Social Studies. They have electives, which can be courses that we provide, or partnerships, so they can take a cooking class at a local restaurant, or horseback riding. So everything is very expansive. I mean, we have a lot of different offerings depending on the kid.
Now, it sounds like students don't just sit at home and do their work there, so they get to come out, come here, and like fulfill some of their courses outside of home?
Yeah, so these are again public school students. So we provide all the opportunities that they would get at any traditional public school. If you need help with your courses, we have teachers here that will help you. If you need to come in for a lesson, we have lessons. It's not just online education. It's not just online courses. It all depends on the student. So this is how we differentiate to the kid. If a kid has specific needs, we try to fulfill those needs.
All right, so how many students do you all typically get enrolled per year?
So currently we have over 2,000 students, and that is including our partnership students who are taking classes through businesses, our full-time online students, our part-time online students, our fusion program, which is students who are homeschooled traditionally but would like to be in the public school realm. We have students from Oxford High School, the middle school, elementary schools, so roughly over 2,000.
So you have anywhere from like kindergarten maybe all the way up to 12th graders?
Yep, K through 12.
Awesome. And then how does that graduation work when you're doing OVA?
I mean, the same as the traditional. You have to meet the graduation requirements for the state of Michigan. So you got your 4 credits of English, 4 credits of math, 3 for science and social studies. So it's once you hit those graduation requirements, I mean, you're done. So that's the thing with online education. It's go at your own pace as well. So all these courses are asynchronous. So if a student needs to take it as slow as they need, or if they want to full steam ahead, it's all dictated by the student.
Okay, so they don't just stay at home. They have the opportunity to go out to different classes, different places, as well as here. What about field trips and like different things of that nature, just to get some more social interaction?
Oh yeah, no, making sure that students have that social aspect of school, that's very important. Developing social skills, collaborating, communicating with your peers. So we have trips to like the DIA, to Ann Arbor. We have dances. We do all the traditional things that a regular high school would do. Our students are Oxford Community School students, so they'll go to the prom. They have access to that.
Awesome. All right. So we talked a lot about the students and about what OVA is. Tell me a little bit about the teachers here that teach at OVA.
So my position, I am an instructional coach. So my job is to help coach the teachers as they teach. So how to design online courses, how to integrate technology into their courses, how to better differentiate and reach all of our students from this diverse background, and how to coach them as an online teacher. And then we also have all of our teachers who come here on a daily basis. We have our math teachers, social studies teachers, English, science, and then we also have mentor teachers. Those are your partners. They show up and they try to keep tabs on our students, make sure that they're communicating regularly, make sure our kids aren't falling off the rails. And that's really our core right there.
All right. So maybe we'll get a chance to go talk to some of those teachers pretty soon here. All right. So coming back, we're going to go inside of OVA a little bit further and talk to some of these teachers. All right, so I'm inside the math class here at OVA with Mr. Christie. Mr. Christie, can you tell us a little bit about how you set up your class both here and online?
Well, we have a physical lab. You know, a lot of people think that online that we're just just working online at home or something. But here at Oxford, we have two physical labs actually. We have an elementary lab and a secondary lab. So right now you're sitting in the secondary lab, and so there's plenty of room here. It's kind of like a library atmosphere. Students come in, we have computers for them to use, or they bring their own computers from the school, and they can get started. All of their teachers are available here. And so how we set up our classroom is we have several vendors or programs that we use, which has the course materials, quizzes, some assignments and tests, but we can customize those. So a lot of vendors that we use will need to be customized, whether to align with the standards, or we want to enrich these courses with more multimedia things. And so that's kind of a good bulk of our job in setting up our courses before we kind of launch them before school starts.
Okay, and how often do students come actually inside of OVA to participate in classes?
You know what, as much as they choose, some of them, we have a wide range of students that come to Oxford Virtual. We have some that come every day, and they like that because their teachers are available. Me being the math teacher, I'm here, although I'm also available online, so I do a lot of one-on-one screen sessions, live lessons that we do, and so we record those, send them to them, or and then we have kids that come just once a month or once every couple weeks as they need to. We have some athletes that some are involved in ballet or horseback riding, or they're going to competitions, and so this type of school really fits for their needs because they can truly work any place, anytime, and be able to get what they need to get done.
And so it sounds to me that it's kind of like a online, but also you have the option to come in. So is it like have on campus, have online?
There's a lot of options that when you come in here that you can choose, and so a counselor will sit down with parents and talk about the child's lifestyle, or what brought them here. They're looking at some options. So we have full online students that they're completely online. If they're far away, like maybe an hour away, they won't be able to get to the lab as much, but if they're close, they will. We have students that are mixed mode. They have, maybe they're at the high school for a couple of their courses and they take a couple online courses. So that's something that parents and the community needs to know as well, that it's not just fully online. We can customize a schedule or an education plan for your child or student. And but there's so many options. There's some vendors that are solely, they're getting a lot of their direct instruction through us and the vendor. Others where there's homeschool groups. We have a lot of schools that will come to us just for their electives because they don't provide them. So so many options and customizations we can do. And so you just sit down, make an appointment, and the counselor will kind of take you through that.
Great. And for students, when they do choose to come in to the on-campus, is it like a full day? Is it full 8 hours? Is it 6 hours? How is that constructed?
The lab here is open from 9 to 4 every day, except Wednesdays we're 12 to 4 because we got PD early. But so that's kind of like a normal school day. But they can come and go as they see fit. Sometimes they want to stay on a regular school schedule. Other times they're maybe working in the afternoon or in the evening on their schoolwork. So if you're we tell students and parents, if they're 6 hours in the regular school for their classes and electives and so forth, then they're going to spend 5-6 hours there too, and plus homework and that kind of thing. So yeah, it's just it's flexible. So that's flexible. So it depends on the student and what they need.
Awesome. Alrighty. Thank you so much for talking to me and kind of enlightening all of us a little bit more of the school system and the school environment here at OVA.
Canine Stray Rescue is Oxford's own local dog rescue. Each year they take in hundreds of dogs and bring them into suitable homes. A certified nonprofit organization, Canine Dog Rescue strives to give pound dogs a new leash on life. To donate, adopt, or even volunteer, call them at 248-628-0435 or go to their website, dogsaver.org, and click on the Canine Stray Rescue League link.
Wow, what a wonderful balance between virtual and traditional schooling. Lastly, we're going to end today's show on a positive note by giving students ideas for fun even through the school months. Here I am at Legacy 925. Today for Schooling Around, we decided to take it to Legacy 925 here in Oxford. As the last week of summer reaches its end, it's not too late to have a little fun. Alright guys, I'm inside Legacy 925 with the CEO of Urban Air. We're going to talk about some of the activities they have in here. Alright Christian, so tell me about Legacy 925 and the differences between that and Urban Air.
So Legacy 925 is the building, 925 Lapeer Road, Oxford, and it houses a number of tenants and activities for families from 6 months old to 99 years old.
What are some of the activities that are specific just to Urban Air?
Urban Air is an amazing adventure park. We have trampolines, we have Ninja Warrior, rock climbing, we've added laser tag, go-karts, and fantastic arcade. And Urban Air really, half the people come in for parties and events to celebrate, and the other half of the people come in to just engage and have a lot of fun.
All right, that sounds awesome. There's so many activities here, but I know that it's separate, right, between Legacy 925 and Urban Air. What are the differences between that? How can we, differentiate between the two?
Okay, so Urban Air is a separate business, and really Legacy 925, the building is family entertainment, but we have about 25 tenants in the building, and some of them I've developed personally. Some of them other businesses have come in and leased space, and so Urban Air is a separate business. But the Legacy 925 is super exciting. We have football bowling, we have archery tag, there's regular bowling, mini bowling, event center, bar, and all of our tenants offer an amazing amount of services for our families within probably an hour radius.
And how does Legacy 925 and Urban Air benefit schools? How do they help and get their hand in that?
Okay. One, I think it's just a great venue to escape and reconnect families. I've always said that if you ever go to dinner and you watch how families communicate, everyone's on their cell phone, no one's really engaging. And so when you go to Urban Air, you'll see everyone engaging together, they're having a lot of fun, all the cell phones and electronics are off to the side. We do that for 5-year-olds all the way up to seniors. We have a lot of kids at different ages at different varying times. But as it relates to schools, we do lock-ins. There's a lot of 24-hour programs that we have. We do everything from the Cub Scouts to some of the local churches. We've done the senior all-night party for Oxford High School. And then we want to be the community's #1 fundraising destination. So we're always willing to give baskets, or, we've had some great fundraisers here for Make-A-Wish and programs like that. So we always want to give back to our community. As it relates to school fundraisers, if you have a team, whether it's a cheerleading team or sports or music, and instead of maybe selling popcorn, you can come in here and we'll set up a custom program where all the team members can engage and really be pretty successful in having a fantastic fundraiser for their organization and having fun while doing it.
All right, now tell us how schools or maybe even parents for parties and things of that nature can get in contact with you or Legacy 925 and Urban Air.
A lot of our bookings are done online, but we also like to be very personable. So anyone can come to our front desk and we'll give you a tour and we'll help you walk through all the different programs, or you can call on the phone. So you can book online, call on the phone, or come in personally for a tour.
Awesome, alrighty. Thank you so much for sitting down with me today and just describing to us some of the things that Legacy and Urban Air participate in, some of the things that they help the schools in, which is the main thing for us because this is the Schooling Around program. And now I guess we're going to take a look at some of the activities and possibly participate in some. So after this break, we're going to change into something a little bit more comfy and go check out some of those activities. Of course, we had to take a look at the jump zone and find out what students enjoyed most.
I like to jump in the ball pit.
You want to show us something?
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably just do the battle arena and just jump around. Favorite activity is to go to the Ninja Warrior course, do front flips, and go jump in the ball in the pit.
Awesome.
Some did the ball pit.
Do you want to show us? All right, this is just one of the many activities Legacy 925 and Urban Air has. What is this called, guys?
Jumping in the ball pit.
Jumping in the ball pit. Okay, we're gonna do one special trick for you guys. All right, what are we gonna do? All right, so we didn't get to see all the activities that Legacy 925 and Urban Air has to offer yet, but at least now you have a pretty good idea of all the fun things that you can still do even though school is in session. This is Alexis Ware, Oxford Community Television.
Drownings are the #1 cause of accidental death for young children. Simple safety steps are the best way to prevent these tragedies. Make sure kids learn how to swim. Designate an adult water watcher to watch kids in and around water. Save the phone calls and texts for when the kids are out of the water. Properly fence all pools with fences at least 4 feet high and with self-closing, self-latching gates. When above-ground pools aren't in use, remove the ladders. When pools aren't in use, cover them. Teach kids to stay away from drains, and if a child is missing, check the pool or spa first. Consider the steps you take, then add a few more, because you never know which pool safety step will save a life. Until it does. Simple steps save lives. To learn some new ones, visit poolsafely.gov.
That about does it for this episode of Schooling Around. We hope that you enjoy, and remember to look for upcoming shows with Rachel Baker every week at 11 a.m. and 3 p.m.